Hello and welcome back, everybody. Today we're gonna talk about, I'm going to teach you about how to solve I forgot the title already, equation of the circle. So we're gonna solve the equation of this circle. I already solved this, but I'm going to explain you how I did it. First, the teacher's giving you a problem. The center is, I can, is negative 8 and positive 8. That's x, y, and this stands for h and k2. Then the radius is 6. I actually solved this myself. This is all I did. H is equals to negative 8, the first one. Then K is the positive 8, which is the second one. It's always gonna be X and Y. It's not gonna be Y and X. It's always gonna be this. Also, the same goes for the H and K. So you don't get them reversed or you might actually solve them wrong. First is, how do we write them? One, we just do this. The parentheses x is the x, then plus 8. The reason why it's plus because this one is negative 8. I'm going to tell you why at the next one too. Because that become positive 8 squared plus y. Y minus 8. But you ask yourself this question. But why? Yeah, why indeed? Because one, if this is negative, when you write it down here, it will become positive. If this is positive, when you write it down here, it will become negative. And make sure you put a square too, so you can solve it. Then equals to 36, because the radius is 6. So 6 times 6 is 36. Or you can just put a 6 squared there, like this one. So how do you solve this two? How did you get into this answer? You can see this right away, but this is the long method. I'm going to teach you how to do it. This is the long method. X times x equals x squared. Then x times 8 equals 8x. Then the same goes for this one. 8x. Then 8 times 8 is equals to 64. Then bring down if they don't have any partners. So bring down the x squared. Solve this. So 8 plus 8 equals 16x. Then 64. If you plus with variables like frozen x, y here, do not don't put a squared because that can only happen when you multiply variables. For example, this one, x times x equals to x squared. But if this is x plus x, it's gonna be always gonna be x. There will be no squared. So that's how you solve that one for the long method. The same goes for the y. For y minus 8, then times y minus 8. Same goes pattern. Y times y equals y squared. Y times negative 8 equals negative 8y. The same goes for this one. Make sure you know the signs so you can solve them right. If they don't have the same sign right there, it's not gonna be a right answer because it will turn into 0. Because negative 8 plus, this is plus, I can't write down looking at the camera, but if this is positive 8 and this is negative, it will become 0. And after that you can just bring down, and that's how you get these variables right here. But there's actually another method that you can use. It's a lot complicated if you don't know how to do it, but if you learn, it's actually much easier than this. You don't need to write it down anymore. So first, I can see x times x equals to x squared. Then x times 8 equals 8x. Then multiply it by 2. So that it will become 16x. Then after that, 8 times 8 equals to 64. That's how simple it is. So 8. So multiply the x by itself. Then after that, the second one, it's actually much more complicated if you don't know how to do it. You can just do is 8 times x or x times 8. It's always gonna become 8x. Then you multiply it by 2, so 8 times 2 equals 16. Then x. The same goes for these. The same goes for the y. So y times y equals y squared. Squared. I can't seem to do that, but then after that, oh man, camera focus. Y times negative 8 equals to negative 8y, then multiply it by 2, it will become negative 16y. Then negative 8 times negative 8 equals positive 64. Because if you multiply something by the same sign, it will turn into positive. As one of them is negative, or not, for example, negative times positive, it will always gonna be negative. So that's the thing you're gonna look out for, because it will make your stuff wrong. Then after that, you combine them together with that parenthesis. So you don't actually need to do this. You can just do this in your mind if you want to, but if you don't know how to, I'm gonna teach you. 1. Copy all of this without the parentheses, and after that, arrange them. This is the arrangement of the general equation. This is the standard form. Oh wait, I forgot where it is already. But this, if there's a 0, that's a general form. Then this is the standard form, somewhere around here. Damn. But if you're watching this, you already know the standard form. So good luck with that. First is x squared plus y squared. So these two is gonna be always at the beginning. They're not gonna be around in this area. They're always gonna be together and around. They're like a couple that you can never like break up. Then after that, plus 16x, then minus 16y. So the pattern here, x squared and y squared, and this one is just x and y, and this is just numbers. So basically 2, 1 constant. It's like the polynomial equation. You can just 3, 2, 1, then constant. It's basically the same thing. Then after that, the reason why I got the 128 here is because 64, the last one here, plus 64, the last one on the y, equals to 128. Then after that, the 36 will transcend into here, but it will become negative. It will change sign whenever you cross them into an unequal, so it will become negative 36. After that, you just copy all of it. You don't need to change it. Then after you get to this point, you will solve this. It will become 92. So that's how you solve the standard to general equation. This is actually very simple when you watch it, when you study it. But after this, I'm gonna show you how to do this in reverse. For example, if the given question that you need to be answered is this one, the general equation of it. So I'm gonna do that in the next video because I only got 3 minutes of this here. I can do that. So I'll see you there.